Live from Brooklyn, New York, this is Stay Busy with Armon Sadler.
Well, you know that I'm the guy. I'm out here living life. I'm busy. Stay busy. Stay busy. Stay busy. Making moves and catching flights. So please don't waste my time. I'm busy. Stay busy. Stay busy. Stay busy, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Stay Busy with Armon Sadler, brought to you by Revolt Podcast Networks. And this is the podcast where we have responsible discussions on the entertainment business and the entertainment culture. I am, of course, your host, head honcho, vegan chorizo poppy, founder of Bald Nigga Ballers, the Bald Nigga Bombshell, the only man to sit in front of Taylor Rooks and not tell a lie, who also goes by Chinedu. I think I fucked up the order of that, but it's okay. I got all my nicknames and monikers correct. So we good to go. Thank you, listeners, for tapping into episode 131 of the podcast. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel and make sure you especially subscribe to all audio platforms. Leave a like, comment, share, rating, all that good stuff that you can do on the various platforms, because it means a lot to what we are doing and it puts money in my pocket so I can then put more content out for y'all. And if you would like some bonus content, hit the podcast OnlyFans, patreon.com/StayBusyPod for raw, unfiltered, unhinged, early and bonus things of that nature. Thank you to Tally Spencer for coming through last week. Phenomenal episode. We had a lot of fun discussing the Real Lover bylaws, music, her career, her journey, and how she is extremely down to earth. I was talking with our guest today, who I'll get to in a minute, just about people who will hit you up, be like, yo, I'm coming to your city. And it's like, sometimes you either aren't that close, or sometimes they'll tell you they're coming, but they don't actually follow up and plan shit. But Tally let me know ahead of time. Then she followed up, and then we set the podcast episode up and went to the Drake fragrance event after, which was super cool. So very appreciative of Tally and her friendship. I think I can call her an industry friend. And today, another industry friend, but actually just a friend and a brother in real life, man. Met this guy 2019 when we were both in the trenches working at Cardi magazine. We have endless stories about that experience.
Trenches for sure.
But I have been thrilled to see this guy pave his way as a journalist, as a publicist, as a manager, whether it's working with Medium Creative Agency, whether it's No Wi-Fi Music Group, whether it's his freelancing for Billboard, working with Revolt, now doing his thing at United Masters. You'll see him all over the world with Trevor Jackson. You'll see him out with Des Dior. You'll see him playing cards with the homies. You'll see him training for a marathon. This is a man of many talents, many opinions, constantly going viral on social media, dropping positive gems, and just someone who I am very, very happy that our friendship has stuck throughout the years. A lot of people who you might connect with and you might bond with, and then, you go your separate ways to different places that you work at and you don't stay connected. But this guy is someone who I can always just get a random text from about music or just encouragement. And it's always a great time when we link up. So I have a celebrity, the man who knows everyone, the famous one himself, Ahmad Davis in the building. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, man, I am so excited. This is long overdue.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you haven't been here since 2021. So
this is crazy.
It's been a minute.
I ain't gonna lie. We did the virtual one the first time. I wasn't even living in New York.
Yeah.
Now I'm living in New York. Armand live 15 minutes from me. Don't even hang with me. So
man, it's crazy. I still haven't brought you a housewarming gift. I'm trash.
You know
I'm trash.
Saying? You're not trash.
I'm
though.
trash.
It's cool. Every time I see Armand's in a state that we don't live in.
Yeah, literally.
But I'm happy that I'm here, man. Long overdue. And this won't be the last time, hopefully.
Yeah,
so
of
let's
course
make it
not.
happen, man.
Of course not. How's everything? How's life going, bro?
Man, everything's cool. And like you said, outside of running around with Trevor Jackson or Des Dior, I've been training for a half marathon, which I'm super excited about. I got finessed into doing, but I'm very excited about it. And I'm like an avid spades player right now. I have this collective at my apartment complex of a bunch of older gentlemen from the city. And I feel like I just learned so much. And it's more so just the interaction that I love.
Yeah.
I'm a dog at spades, but just more so the interaction, the family vibe. I'm an only child, so I'll be excited about the idea of just being around people and learning and hearing different experiences. So it's been fire.
Yeah. How's your mom doing? She still living overseas?
Nah. So my mom just moved to San Antonio.
Okay.
So she's happy. She's loving it. And I think I lived in Texas for a little bit. I was an Army brat, moved around a little bit. So now that she's back in Texas, she's rocking with it. I think she's gonna stay put for a bit, so I'm excited for it.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go out there and see it soon for her birthday.
Love that. Well, we will be getting into more of Ahmad and his life and all of his adventures a little later in the show. But of course, first, we got to get into this lunch break and this chat. We talked about how we're here early for y'all on a Sunday morning because we want to make sure that we get back home to watch all these football games.
100%.
The NFL season is in full swing, week 3. Who's your team, by the way?
So I'm a Panthers fan.
Panthers fan, okay.
I was born in
Sorry.
Yeah, it hasn't been cool. It's like the Panthers started around when I was born.
Yeah.
I was born in Fort Bragg, which is like, J. Cole made popular, but I only lived there for 3 years.
Mhm.
So I could have picked any other team, but I just locked in with the Panthers. I like the colors, like Steve Smith and, Cam Newton, like players like that. But yeah, it's been tough.
Yeah.
It's like that picture of Bryce Young wearing the Kane shirt, working behind the register.
Mhm.
Like I feel like that might be better fitting for him sometimes. But he's a dog though, and I'm hoping that we'll make it work. But yeah, I'm ride or die.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm a new Jets fan, and it's been tough these last few years. It's been real tough, and now we got Justin Fields concussion. So Tyrod Taylor starting today against the Buccaneers, who, like we said off camera, they look great. But Baker's a dog, man, and he's got weapons. Like Chris Godwin ain't even back, but he got Mike Evans, Mecca Ibuka, Cade Otton, like they're Bucky Irving, of course, Rashad White still, RB2, like. So it's gonna be a rough one. It's gonna be a rough one.
Lie, bro. The I can't say his last name, but the rookie for the Bucks, he's a dog.
Yeah, he's
a dog.
Good.
He's gonna be nice.
He's
and Baker is killing it.
Yeah. No, I've always been a big Baker fan, so I'm happy to see him find a situation where he can really thrive in. Because the Browns, obviously, and he took the Browns to the playoffs, but it was rough. Like the Browns organization is just not good for talented people. Like they kind of shrink talent. So
yeah, I think the Browns were never serious because
ever.
Why are you named after a color?
Yeah, that's it's a pretty nasty name. Like probably top 5 worst sports monikers of all. I would have to think about the other ones on the list. Like I don't know.
When I went to Ohio not too long ago, and I was just like, "What's brown here? Like, what does that represent?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not an appealing color. Like,
and then it's like the dog pound. Okay, how many dogs are even brown? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird. I don't really get the setup, but I gotta do the lineage. I gotta do the science.
I know it's early, but who are some teams that like you think look real good and could go all the way?
Bro, I'm such a big Lamar Jackson fan, and I want him to do it. I want him to I feel like it'll be just like when Marshawn Lynch was just the man.
Yeah.
And when he just gets on the podium and pops it after he wins, that'd be fire. You can't ever sleep on the Chiefs, even though this year, if you were to, this seems like the year they would.
Yeah.
And that guy Josh Allen, man, he's a dog.
Bro, and the Bills got an easy-ass schedule, too. Like, there's a real chance they could go undefeated.
Yeah.
Unless they, sit their starters in Week 18. Like, their schedule is very fucking light, so.
Yeah, he's a dog. And my sleeper is definitely the Eagles. You can't discount them. They did just get one.
Defending champs.
And, Jalen Hurts, him in that Kango hat, man.
Yeah.
Can't mess with him.
Yeah, Packers look real good too, man.
Like, J-Love is nice.
Obviously picking up Micah Parsons in the offseason, but then seeing it play out, like it's not just him on their defense. Their defense is
solid.
They're scary.
Yeah, it's solid.
Jordan Love looks good, and he doesn't even have Christian Watson, and Jaden Reed went down, but they got so many other weapons, and then Josh Jacobs in the backfield. So Packers look real good. I think they're gonna give some teams some trouble come playoff time. So it's gonna be interesting. It's still early, we'll see, but I've definitely been enjoying the NFL so far, especially when my parlays hit. You know what I'm saying? So hoping for another good Sunday.
Yeah, I had to kick that demon because I bet off passion, right? I'd be like, yo, he posted something fly on Instagram, I'm gonna bet him for 100 yards. And I was like, I gotta watch ESPN or something if I'm trying to bet for real.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, Justin Jefferson, I see him do the gritty every week. He got at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's like, I try to be a very informed bettor. Like, obviously I watch the games, but then I'm looking up the analytics and using StatMuse. But then I go off instincts and vibes too, and narratives, but you gotta find a happy marriage between all those things. But ultimately, you can really never guarantee something is going to happen. Like even, Joe Burrow, who be gunslinging, you can't guarantee he's going to throw for 300 yards. So it's tough. It's tough. But that's the name of the game. You win some, you lose some.
Nah, 100%. I remember this NFL player who I won't name had DM this girl I like. So I just bet his under every week. He was cooking me though. He got the over every time, but it was just off of saltiness. That's why I was like, I need to stop betting.
I get it.
I'm taking it too personal.
I get it, brother. But yeah, let us know how y'all teams are doing. Hopefully they're not doing better than the Jets, but that would be very difficult because we're one of the worst teams in the league right now. But moving on to some happier things, some music. Man, 10 years ago at this time, I was sitting I was sitting at my homie's apartment in college, had Apple Music on, and the entire world listened to this collaborative mixtape between two of the biggest names in music at that time, Drake and Future, in the aptly titled What a Time to Be Alive. Ahmad, where were you when that project dropped, and what are your memories associated with it?
I'm not gonna lie. I used to think of it like, yo, this is like the new Watch the Throne. I'm not gonna lie. Like, at the time,
yes,
when it came out, I was in college. Old Dominion, shout out to 757. Like, yo, if I had adult money, then
I'd be wild.
I would have been broke.
Oh my God.
I would have been broke.
Absolutely.
I was going to the college bar, dollar shots, PBR, whatever they was drinking, I was buying it for everyone.
Absolutely.
I was having a ball when this came out, Digital Dash.
Yeah.
And then just like Plastic Bag, like I was like not even knowing, I wasn't having the experiences they were having.
Yeah.
But because that was off the back of DS2, right?
Yeah, literally like 2 months after it dropped.
Like, come on, bro. Like Future was the hottest.
Undoubtedly.
Like you couldn't get away from it. And man, to be in college at that time, just having fun, having so much like just frivolous income to use.
Yeah.
You couldn't beat it, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see how much staying power it's had because at the time, the narrative was they put it together real quick, and people were similar to, if you're reading This Is Too Late, people are like, yo, it's an album of throwaways. It's like, to me, the whole throwaways thing don't matter because if the music is good, I don't care whether it was made 2 years ago or if it was, something on a hard drive they just threw out. Like, if the songs are good, the songs are good, but like, to this day, a song like Digital Dash still has impact. A song like Plastic Bag, Change Locations, obviously Jumpman. The album just came up with so many different mantras and quotables. Like
100%. Everyone
was saying, I got a really big team, and just so many different like moments within the project. And yeah, it was like, to me, and it was like the cherry on top of Future's year because like you said, DS2 dropped like 2 months prior. Obviously, he had Monster, Beast Mode, 56 Nights, and really emerged as the star that we know him to be
for sure
today. And then for him and Drake to link up in a year where they were both two of the undeniable guys, like just fantastic, real fantastic. Man.
I'm not gonna lie, like the music that I'm a fan of is music that makes you feel right, and I think that for them to have songs that obviously weren't filled with substance, but then also have other songs like 30 for 30 or like was it Jersey?
Yeah.
If you just, so it's like these people are giving they stuff is just a version of it, you know what I'm saying? And I think like that's iron sharpening iron, man. When I feel like they was in the studio together and to have two great, like I'm talking about two of the best artists in hip hop ever, to just get together and decide that they want to collab on that many tracks and not miss. Honestly, I can't really think of multiple skips on there. Like some of them were for that time, right? But for the most part, all the songs was smashes.
Yeah, it's my favorite album to run in the gym, to play in the gym. Just the energy of it.
For
like
sure.
As soon as Digital Dash hits, you just lock into a different zone, and you hit them dumbbell curls a little harder. You hit that treadmill a little harder. And yeah, I think your comparison to Watch the Throne, I think, is pretty accurate. I personally like it more than Watch the Throne, and that could be my bias talking.
I would have to listen again. I feel like they just did something different for me.
Yeah.
And then I was also a different age when Watch the Throne came out too.
Right, exactly.
So how it hit me was different. But man, gosh, that solidified Future for me because it was still he was still growing as one of the artists that I was like watching and listening to. But after that, it was like, nah, he's undeniable.
Yeah, I mean, that might have been one of Drake's biggest cosigns.
For sure.
And obviously Future had a pedigree himself, coming from
Mhm.
coming from the Dungeon family,
Yeah.
being from Atlanta, and just being making the, because he had hits prior to 2015, of course, but
Mhm.
that year being the year that really solidified him, and Drake putting his arm around him, saying, "Now we doing a full project." Like, Drake's only done 3 collab tapes, and there's been a lot that he's been supposed to do. The Rick Ross one, he talked about one with Kodak at some point, but Future being on that list with Party and 21, like that's a really big deal. And yeah, I think Future is just he's just one of the greatest ever, man. Like, I obviously, things are very different between them right now. Don't know
Mhm.
if we'll ever see any more collabs from them, but honestly, they wouldn't even have to, between a song like Wait For You, Tony Montana, all
Goodness.
like everything they've done.
Desires is a
Yeah. Oh
sleeper.
my God, Desires, incredible.
Desires is a sleeper.
Incredible.
But
They've gave us so much.
man, I'm not gonna lie, like I haven't written in a minute, like
Mhm.
formally, right? And I always said I want to do a story about like hip hop muses.
Mhm.
Man, whatever women inspired What a Time to Be Alive. If I could chat with them,
You doing me dirty.
you feel me? You look drained, you look exhausted.
You should go back to a perfect match for your unstable.
I'm like,
Your mama be ashamed of you.
yo, the stuff he was saying
Yeah,
on there,
man.
the stuff Future was saying, I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, the chances are y'all talking about the same people.
Mhm.
Like, I kind of went viral for this take I had on like what would Pluto do and what
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
actually about.
Yeah.
And if those 2 sickos right there.
Very, yeah.
Those are 2 sickos.
They're I think that they're more similar than I think people realize, like in terms of their thoughts about love, the way they express love, the various women they've been with, and how they've been impacted by them. Like Drake and Future legit might be like evil twins for real. Like that.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I've gotten more into astrology as I spend more time with women artists and
Yeah.
they kind of express that.
Mhm.
And I think like I don't know how close they are in it, but I feel like they're both the same sign if I'm not mistaken.
They are both Scorpios.
Yeah, so
They are both
I can see the
Scorpios, yeah.
similarities making sense there.
Yeah.
But I think just to be at the top of your game in this space, in that space, like I can't imagine what that level of access and just clout can do,
Yeah.
right? And will do. And I feel like they both pushed it to the limits.
Absolutely. So, listeners, let us know your favorite tracks on What a Time to Be Alive, where you think it stands in the pantheon of collab albums. But perfect transition, man. Someone who felt the need to apologize to those two on top of many other people in a 7-minute record. I Miss My Dogs. Young Thug dropped this on Twitter literally the day after Tally and I recorded and talked about the jail phone calls and everything and how he was hurting his brand. Thug made what I believe was his best move since getting out of jail, putting out I Miss My Dogs and just really opening up, apologizing to Mariah the Scientist and 21 and Gucci and various other people. How do you feel about the track? How do you feel about Thug right now? And are you excited about his album dropping next week, UY Scooty?
Yeah. Young Thug is one of our most innovative, creative hip hop artists
Yeah.
right now. And when I say hip hop, I don't want to put him in a box, but that's just the reality. I think I've never had to sit down like he had to sit down,
Yeah.
and I don't know what that would do to me. And I think that he's a person that's obviously very passionate about the people that he cares about.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of feelings in regards to loyalty and what that means to him. And I think when you see loyalty means something different for people that you view as friends, it can really mess you up.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a mix of a lot of different emotions that is seemingly were uncovered in that amazing interview that Big Bank did
Yeah.
with him. I'm always going to be curious about Thug music. And because he's an innovator, I know he's going to push limits and
Yeah.
try different creative things. And with his most recent song, Miss My Dogs, I think like that vulnerability is something that we champion with any artist, right? And like when Drake said on Lord Knows, he was just like, I wonder if the artists that, I grew up on would have made it in today's generation because like you have to put your skeletons out to be popular. And I think that he did it. And I mean, I say, Wham, pick up the phone. I just be yelling that out. I don't know. I've met Lil Baby like once or twice, and but it's just the idea of like Wham, pick up the phone. Yeah, like he meant that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I can't imagine what it's like to have everything like all his personal stuff is just out there right now. And I think that his album will be amazing if he takes all that vulnerability and puts it on record as best as he can. I would much rather hear him be vulnerable like that than talk about the more like surface level topics that are usually happening in some songs. So obviously I want the hits, right? But I would love, if there's a 15-track album for 9 of them or 10 of them to be about how he feels and about what he went through.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. I don't think there's anything for me to add. Like, it's as easy as it was for us to kind of be like, Thug, put your phone down, you crashing out, blah blah. Like, thinking about the PTSD from jail, how long he had to sit down, all the feelings associated with that, dealing with the Gunna betrayal, and dealing with all, like you said, all of his info just being out for the public, for them to dissect and for them to make opinions on. He's in a really tough spot. And when you feel like you've lost people or hurt people, feeling alone and all that, it's just super tough. So I have a lot of empathy for him. I love that he put it into the music, like, because niggas will tweet, niggas will do the black screen Instagram posts, and niggas will do everything but the music. But putting it in the music, it's kind of like J. Cole's Port Antonio. It's very, very similar to that. And that's just really cool to see from someone who, like you said, constantly flexing, talking about the street shit, talking about the women, all that. Like, to show that you have that side. And Thug has been vulnerable before, but like when you're in this space where the microscope is on you and you can choose to respond in that way and put those feelings out there and admit to the wrong things that you did and show, like, I'm not going to take the macho approach and be like, all right, these niggas don't fuck with me, fuck these niggas. Like, I'm going to apologize. I want to reconcile these relationships. It's just great to see. It's a reminder of how powerful music can be, and even your favorite celebrities who seem like the coolest have their vulnerabilities and, like, have their human moments. So
yeah, I think that's the thing that I feel like is lost on a lot of fans. And when I say fans, I'm including myself of fans of music, is that these are real humans, bro, with real emotions, and these are not robots. So just because I said something in a song 10 years ago doesn't mean that that's how I am at all times. Just the same way whatever you did 10 years ago doesn't reflect who you are. And I also don't think people understand the concept of like what jail or prison is and how you're not on the same earth as other people once you go in there. Like, the idea of like being famous in jail where you can't even be in gym pop and you spend so much isolated time. And these are celebrities who go from being around people all the time to now being around nobody but themselves. So there's a lot of conversations internally that they haven't had since being famous that they're starting to have. And that's where you get all these different sayings on the phone. And I mean, I think all of us would be scrutinized if our private conversations with our partners were, out for the world to hear. So I think
literally what I said last week. Like,
everybody,
we as like my closest friends who I love to death, I've said things about them in conversations with people. Sometimes 100%. You just vent about your niggas, bro. Like,
100%.
People don't let these artists have human moments. Like, there's so much privilege in not being in the situation. So you can say, oh, I would have did this, but you don't know until you're there. Like, you don't know until you're there. So I hate when people judge other people for things that they do, but you doing it isn't publicized, and the celebrity who did it is. Like, it's like, bro.
It feels like the whole world got to go through Thug's phone.
Yeah, literally.
And it's like, it's different when your girl go through your phone because now you and your girl beefing, but no one else knows what happened except for you and your girl.
And the people that you tell.
But the whole world went through his phone.
Yeah.
So now he gotta basically bear that in front of everybody. Like, I can't even, it's so much harder to get through a situation when everybody sees the stains. Like, so it's tough, man. But if anyone can shake back from, the public scrutiny and deliver, I would think it's him.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think this is this is like what can really be the turning point for him. Like he's a star, but I think to really reach that next level, like if he delivers a super fire album with hits, with like you said, with the vulnerability, the stuff that people can really connect to, like this could all turn into a positive for him. You know,
100%,
something
yeah.
that was very negative at the time and had people side eyeing him and questioning if Thug was, you know, really like, you know, the guy that he presented himself to, like could end up being a really big positive for him in the long run. So I'm interested in seeing it. Album is out next week, long awaited. So
Mhm.
can't wait, man. Definitely can't wait. Another new product that was out this week, Hunxho for her too. I don't know if you peeped it, but women love Hunxho, bro. Like
100%.
he's kind of like a Rod Wave in a way. Like
I could see that.
can convey like the emotional thug type music,
Yeah.
and people really rock with him. And this project is it's like that R&B thug type shit, street love.
I was joking. I was like, yo, he's like the new Jaheim.
That's a really good comparison. That's a really well, I didn't think about that. That's pretty
Yeah,
brilliant.
he like the new Jaheim,
Yeah.
man. Like, but in a more modern sense,
For
right?
sure.
He swag like a rapper, but
Yeah.
he is singing.
Using the
He's bearing his own,
auto-tune.
and like it's like real thoughts, like you know what I'm saying. And he's saying certain things that, like, it's like an album full of like gaslighting, but in the
Yeah.
coolest way. Like, you know what I'm saying. And he made some cool stances on there. One
Yeah,
of the
man.
records, he said he the biggest from Atlanta since Baby. I wanted to know if you feel that way.
Oof, that's since Lil Baby. I mean, who came out after Lil Baby?
From Atlanta, I mean, so this is Lil Baby and Gunna's like same time come up.
Yeah, they both popped in like 2018.
Yeah, so who's like popped after that? That's bigger than Hunxho.
Lil Keed was Lil Keed after 2018?
Yeah,
I want to say like 2019 was
kinda.
when he really
Yeah,
emerged.
but I don't know if he bigger than Hunxho though.
I don't know either.
I don't think he bigger than Hunxho.
I don't know.
He might be it.
He might be onto something. He might be onto something. I'd have to think about that one a little more, but he might be onto something. But this project, 16 songs, features from 21 Savage and Cardi. One thing I liked, he flipped a lot of like old school R&B type stuff and hip hop records, and obviously, like you said, modernize it. But it's just good music. Like I don't really have like any like in-depth critiques of it. I love that he didn't. Like the album wasn't too long, 16 minutes, 43 minutes, 16 songs, 43 minutes. I think that's a really good sweet spot for an album. Cool shit you could play with your joint. Cool shit you could play in the whip. You can play at the pregame.
It's riding music.
Yeah.
I think Hunxho's one of those artists, if you like one song, you pretty much like them all. And I think that's where Rod is super popular, right? Where you go to his show and you see everybody singing the songs word for word. Because it's like, it's not just all one song, but these people who like Gunna, like, if it's not broke, don't fix it mentality, I think it's a perfect way to go. Like if it's working, like it's not like they're like specialists. Like, you know, if you're playing sports, like, yo, if I'm the greatest 3-point shooter on the team, why are you telling me to drive? Like, bro, I don't dribble, bro. Like, I'm getting paid to shoot this 3.
And
I think Hunxho was getting paid to do those melodic, hard hitting, like
trap and beat type shit.
And shout out to Anicia, who I feel like she has a few like interludes on there. And I think what's crazy is like I feel like she represents what a lot of because like Jid just had her on her, or JID, excuse me, just had her on her album. She's representing a lot of like what a lot of those dudes when they're growing up, like it feels so familiar to them.
Right.
Like, and she represents that. And I think it's so cool how that region of Atlanta has been galvanizing around each other and building that community. You know, your Bunna B's, your Joaquin Neeses, like your Plutos, like these are artists that are coming out and being themselves and being a true reflection of what that region is. And I think regionalism is so important for hip hop because when we all sound the same, like it doesn't separate you. And like Memphis had their moment, the Midwest had their moment,
Detroit,
LA, you know what I'm saying? Like the Bay, and I think like Atlanta's getting back to what made them special, and it's so exciting to see that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm always interested in who's next. You know, obviously we've rocked with that class of the Atlanta artists, the Thugs, the Futures, and we got Lil Baby and Gunna after, Gucci Mane, obviously well before then. And now all the names you said, like it's cool to see them consistently churning out talented people who try different things. So yeah, man, Hunxho's cool. I rock with him. He's found his signature sound, and like you said, it works. The women love it. So obviously, I'm listening to what the women like. Like if the women rock with it, I'm like, all right, let me check this out.
Women are the greatest A&Rs. If a woman like it, you in good space.
Undoubtedly,
you in good space.
Undoubtedly.
But we're not going to talk about the 21 feature.
Oh, I'm saying, let's do it, bro. Come on, come on.
I love that 21 and Lotto both keep like alluding to each other. Whether it's true that they date or not, I like them giving fans it. Yeah. I like them just giving fans the like note or like maybe we are, maybe we not.
Yeah.
With the cheetah print line, I think is slick and fly after like her feature with the artist who is lost on me, but the UK feature she just did. Yeah. And you know, she's kind of making her like I rock with that. That's fire to me.
It's the most public, non-confirmed relationship ever, bro.
Hey, whatever. Like, look, I feel it. I'd never go public with my relationship again either. So I'm with it.
I'm on that exact time. But she's not getting posted till we at the altar, bro. till the professional wedding photos come out.
100%. 100%.
But yeah, that was one of my favorite records on the joint. 21 on these soul R&B records with a classic flip. He don't miss, man.
Come on, his album was filled with him too.
Yeah.
Like he's a crazy catalog.
He might as well be an R&B artist himself. Like 21 loves some R&B,
Definitely
bro.
love R&B.
He always be on his story singing some Maxwell, some Drake, some fucking, Solange. Like he be wilding. But
nah, man,
it's a great record.
Nah, 21, he's good for that, and he's gonna always deliver.
Yeah, he's another one who knows like you got to cater to the women. Yeah. And he's done that throughout his whole career. So this was a great link up, those two. I also like the song with Cardi, All Love. Cardi's a really dope one.
So fire.
I've gotten into him a lot these last couple years. I met him at Wireless, really cool dude. And he's got some great records on the way. I've had a chance to hear a little bit of them.
You hear him? I met him at Wireless. We was just vibing in the UK.
Yeah, man.
I'm the famous one.
You are.
You hear this guy?
You are. But yeah, Hunxho for her too. Good project. If you're looking for a cool vibes, it's just something to put a woman onto, something to just play in the car, play with some wine while you rizzing it up. This is a good one for that. But the main event of this week, the long-awaited, highly anticipated, hotly debated Cardi B, Am I the Drama? 23 songs. I think it was like an hour and like 20 minutes. Let me check that time just to be sure.
Check the time when they check the time.
Hour 11, so 71 minutes. Cardi B, Am I the Drama? Features from Summer Walker, Selena Gomez, Lizzo, Kehlani, Cash Cobain, who is that? Lourdes?
Yeah,
I'll say that. Yeah. Janet Jackson, Tyler, and of course Megan Thee Stallion on the album closer WAP. Ma Davis, how did you feel about Cardi B's elusive sophomore album?
Yo, Cardi B is like a star. Like, and I had this talk all the time about like the lack of like stars. There's like so many dope artists nowadays, but it's so few stars. And she gives me that old school, like, she's like a celebrity, like, you know what I'm saying? And she has that gleam in her eye, like the aura. And I think like for her to be able to keep people's attention for this long, since her last album and then deliver, that's so fly. Like it just solidifies her even more. Like she was already solidified, but just solidifies even more. Like I didn't need to drop an album. Y'all kept begging me for it. Then I drop it, and what can you say? It's fire. And she was getting at people, which I respect. Like
pretty and petty.
I respect putting it out there and letting people know how you feel and getting your lick back on wax.
Yes,
that's fire because we know of her to handle it in person. We know of her to handle it on wax. So like just staying true to yourself. And I think regionalism once again is fire to include Cash on it. Who's having like quietly one of the craziest runs.
Brother,
like
Drake, Bieber, and Cardi in the same year.
Come on, it's a light week. Yeah, shout out, like, where you from, Queens?
Bronx.
Yeah, like, shout out him. Like, I'm still new to New York, so give me a break. But nah, like, Cash is killing it. But nah, Cardi, it's a great album. And then, like, people mad that, like, Up and WAP is on there. Bro. That's weird to me. Like, my singles go on albums. Every other artist's singles goes on albums. Why wouldn't my single go on my album?
Like, yes, they're 5 years old, but if you put yourself in a label shoes who wants to maximize the money that you can make from this album, you put the hits on the album, even if they're old. Like,
nah, like, put yourself in people don't remember like buying CDs, right?
Mhm.
Like you'd just be crazy to leave off your biggest records, like God's Plan not being on Drake's album is silly.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the biggest records of all time. WAP was like talked about by politicians.
Yeah, bro.
And, you know, like in schools, they was trying to like ban it like a snowman shirt or something. Like, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't I put my Diamond record on an album?
Yeah.
Like, please. Post Malone just put all his Diamond records on an album and just dropped it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a flex to do that, but he did it. So I think, Cardi B is one of the biggest artists just of our generation. I don't think people respect that. She has like big songs.
Yeah.
Just multiple diamond records. I don't think when people
nuts.
realize what diamond means, but that means 10 million times. Like, I went platinum 10 times. Like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Some niggas don't go platinum once.
Like, she has songs that would be great careers for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think like any artist that has 10 platinum songs is a great artist. That means they can go on the road and perform 10 songs that most people would know.
Touring act for life.
Yeah. So it's like she's killing it. And I think that this album was worth the wait.
Absolutely.
And I think like, what do you want more than this from her?
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, like what more do you want? She put it all out there. She
Yeah.
popped out with the baby.
Yeah.
She told her stories about her and her past relationship. She got at the girls that was getting at her.
Yeah.
Like vibes
Yeah,
all the
bro.
way through. Every type
Absolutely.
of song that you would want. Like she's the type of artist, I don't want to say she's the type of artist like Drake, but she's as big as an artist like Drake where she has to make so many different songs to
Yeah.
tap in on all her different bases.
Yeah.
And she did it well.
Yeah, I thought she completely nailed this. And like I was apprehensive going in. It's like you take this much time, you tell us the album is coming, you have a high bar to hit in Invasion of Privacy. So like I didn't expect it to be bad, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. But I mean, when she gave us Invasion, it's like, you know, there's precedent there. Like she's clearly capable, and she's got a machine and a team around her who's gonna make great records. Like, bro, I heard "Pick It Up" with Selena. She has Selena Gomez in her shit talking bag.
Yeah, like I got Selena Gomez and Lizzo and Summer Walker twice. Like y'all are not me, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I can actually make a call and get anybody on my album.
Flip to Janet Jackson record. Safe with Kehlani is a missile, bro. That record. And getting Kehlani at this time, perfect A&Ring. Like she's
crazy.
One of the top artists of 2025 off of one song, Folded. And so like she's just locked into this crazy creative space. And then you kind of because the Safe is kind of similar to that the song called Kehlani. I'm forgetting the artist's name who made it, but Jordan Adetunji, whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like kind of that sexy drill type shit. So now it's Cardi getting in that bag, and I think like the concepts and like the way they like flip the word safe into so many different things, the baseball references, the locker references, and
Kehlani
like
is so dope.
She's amazing, bro. She's amazing.
She's so dope. But
physically and musically. Hello? Is this thing on?
call him. He said it. But I want to shout out to Cardi's team because obviously that's a group effort to get that out. But buy-in from an artist is not easy.
Yeah.
Especially an artist that is already successful and already has the money. So everything that Cardi B did to promote this album is because she wanted to.
Right.
She did not have to do any of this.
Yeah.
So shout out to her team for creating a space that made her comfortable being that like willing to promote and push her album.
Yeah.
And then also the creation of it. Like there's a lot of dope collaborators on there. And when you are a pop act, like, you know what I'm saying? She's a pop act. She makes hip hop, but she's a pop act.
Yeah.
She's a pop star. Like getting the Avengers together to create what she did, like some fire production, some fire, you know, writing, but her voice and how she feels was all the way through it, and that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, my favorite joints, like I said, Safe, Nice Guy with Tyler. Tyler got off crazy on that.
Tyler's fire too.
Cardi and her team clearly had an affinity for Southern rap too. Like there's beats on here that sound like Boss Man D-Lo could have rapped on them. There's like an old school Jeezy feel to some of these records. Bro, it's just like, and to keep me entertained and engaged for 23 songs. Like, because as soon as I saw that number, I was like, oh.
It hurts, man. It hurts to see anything over 20. It hurts to
But
see anything over 20.
hey, man, like they nailed it. Like Hello is a good one. I think that one can go. Magnet, Bodega Baddie. That joint's gonna be on TikTok crazy. I'm gonna definitely be in Dykeman hitting my salsa to that
That's
joint.
your vibe.
Yes, that's
you like it, Dykeman.
I do. I do enjoy Dykeman. Man of Your Word. It was cool to see her get into that vulnerable bag, and she
That's
wasn't.
a fire hook.
It was, and she wasn't. It wasn't a fuck you Offset song like You Ruined Me. She took a lot of accountability. Like, I put more time into my music than asking about your pain and caring for you. Like, I love they're both of their approaches to the divorce and the music they put out. It hasn't been they're the problem, fuck them. Like, they both have been very accountable in that. So I love that for them. And of course, Cardi, she did do her shit talking throughout the album too.
Yeah.
She's hype about her new nigga, Pro Bowler Stephon Diggs. But yeah, I just
Shout out
think
to the
like
DMV.
yeah, the big facts. But yeah, like you said, I feel like she brought together so many things, her feelings towards, the rapper she's beefing with, Bia and JT, and then, obviously the divorce and her moving on from that, and then just like her feelings about her space in rap. Like, she's still that girl in her mind, even if she hasn't dropped in a while. Like, y'all have to drop to stay relevant. She's relevant just by her name because of what she did in 1 year.
Yeah.
And then she can come with an album like this and take over the attention and deliver. So I'm really big on Am I the Drama right now. It's a little too early to compare them, but I think that, her having more time in the industry, establishing more of a network, access to different producers, like this one sounds a bit more refined and more polished. I think there were some ambitious ideas on Invasion of Privacy that worked, and I think that she kind of made them even better on here. So it's gonna be an interesting conversation when, it comes time, when there's enough time to really compare them. But I love this album.
Yeah, another thing too, I think that's lost on people is this is a young lady who just had a child not too long ago, less than a year ago.
She's
who's
pregnant again.
And is working at the clip that she's working.
Yeah.
And delivered the way she did and is planning to go on tour. Like, women are superheroes, and she's a star.
Yeah.
Like, to go through what she's going through and just carry the weight of all of it, and to be talked about and not be afraid of the judgment, and just speak her mind the way she does. Like, I think she represents a lot of like powerful characteristics, and I think that she owns up to some of her mistakes on this project.
Absolutely.
And then but also like, just takes the power back.
Yeah.
Which is fire.
Yeah, man. So gotta ask you, because I've asked pretty much every guest that I've recently had a couple questions about 2025 in general. First, how do you feel about the music space, man? I personally am pretty, up until like July, I was pretty negative on the music space in 2025, and then a bunch of albums dropped that I thought were really good. I'm still very concerned for where we're going moving forward, but there's some things to be excited about, but for the most part, I'm still like, But how do you feel about the music landscape in 2025?
I think the coolest thing about music now is that it's so international.
Yeah.
I think that you have to sift through a lot more than you used to have to.
Yeah.
But there is so much good music out. And because I personally listen to and kind of am exposed to so much music, it's hard for me to find the things that have the replay value.
No.
But when I find it, I get so excited about
Absolutely.
it. And I think that we're gonna be in a good space as far as like a lot of good music dropping. And I think it's like where great music meets great personality is where we're gonna find our next stars.
Yeah.
I just don't know how many people are willing to take on the brunt of what it takes to do that.
Yeah.
On the artist side, and then if there's going to be teams that are excited about building towards that, like a slight bias, but just a reality of what the music space is. Somebody like Big X the Plug, who is an independent artist, right? And if he was on a major, probably would be in everybody's face more, but his music is being listened to at a very high clip.
Yeah, no, he's a star. He's a
And
star.
I think a lack of like he's not doing the feature game with everybody and things like that, which helps to build like, more notoriety. But I think the lane that he's sticking to and continuing just create and kind of carve his own narrative is fire and just building a world. And I think all the biggest artists that we're gonna see are gonna continue to do that. The same way a Tyler the Creator, The Weeknd, a Ye or Drake created these worlds that people can immerse themselves in.
Yeah.
And I think we just need more world builders who also make great music, and
Yeah.
then that's what's gonna make it go to the next level.
That's a great way to put it. I agree. I agree. It's so exciting to feel part of something. Like you
Yeah,
don't just listen to someone's music, but you feel part of their clique almost, or like you
yeah,
said, their world. Like that's a super important thing that I think a lot of people miss. 'Cause I feel like a lot of artists just are too cool. Like
yeah,
they're too cool to promote themselves. They're too cool to, be anything other than a music maker. But part of Drake's appeal is not just that he makes great music, but he's a clown. Like he does that silly shit on social media, and obviously he came up as an actor, and he doesn't take himself too seriously. He's not afraid
mhm,
to be the butt of the joke, and there's a lot of different ways to do things. You don't have to do it the way Drake does it, but like that's
yeah,
just one example. But yeah, I think that's super super important. But I think just so many people look at this as a way to make a bag, and I get that, do that, but you can create an even bigger bag for yourself if you put more of yourself into this thing, and I just don't think there's a lot of artists who are doing that. Like,
yeah. The worlds have to be built, and like I went to a Shabuzi show last night, right?
mhm,
And it was a Jack Daniels event. Obviously, Jack Daniels was mentioned in his song, a bar song, but you walk in, right? And um I don't know if this was everybody's experience, but from my experience when I walked in the VIP area, it was a Levi's like stop where you can get a shirt made with your name on it, and it was like a jean shirt.
mhm,
Then you grab a bandana that has his name on it. Then you can go and get a belt buckle, a belt with a buckle on it and your name engraved on
mhm,
it. And this was through Jack Daniels, and they branded. So it's like it's a world. It's like,
yeah,
okay, I came in wearing whatever I'm wearing, but I'm leaving out with a fit for a hoedown.
looking
It's
like a
like,
cowboy.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's a vibe.
That's
And
dope,
I think like I
and,
don't
and,
drink
and it's
whiskey,
memorable.
and it's memorable. And I think that artists like the Clips, right? They're obviously mature and
Yeah,
a more seasoned group, but they created excitement, and you have to build towards something. Bieber realizing that he is who he is was like, yo, I'm about to use Instagram like it's 2014 and created excitement.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I think like you just have to figure out as an artist who you are, what your cape is,
yeah,
and like what makes you a superhero, and just continue to do that until other people want to be you for Halloween.
mhm,
And the artists that are going to continue to do that are going to be the ones that, just continue to rise. I think we're going to be in a good space. It's just the people that aren't afraid to be are going to be the ones that are.
yeah. So that's a great way to put it. What are some of your favorite albums this year?
Albums this year. Obviously that Clips album is crazy.
Mhm.
Um, let me look actually, if you don't mind, because
Do your thing, brother.
it's a little tough to just come off the head with
Yeah,
it to remember. Oh, Babyface Ray's album is fire.
I gotta check that out. I haven't listened.
I listen to Gunna all day, every day in the
Wow.
gym.
Okay.
That album, this new one, is crazy.
Mm,
If it's not broke, he doesn't go. I was not. Giveon is fire.
fire.
First off, Giveon, I don't know how you got my iCloud, but your album sounds like you've read every conversation that I've had in the last year. And I feel like I ghostwrote the album, and I've never met you, but man,
Remember who put you in the lead. I'll take it all back. We playing for keeps.
he was saying some
Yeah, yeah.
he
I
was
felt
saying
that.
some things that you say, but you don't want nobody.
Yeah.
Yo, Giveon kind of reminds me of like on Insecure,
Mhm.
how like Lawrence act. And then the girl he was talking to, the shorty, I think she worked at like the bank or something. And she
Oh,
was like,
Tasha. Yeah.
yeah, she was like, you the worst type of dude because you know better and you still do bad. And I
Mhm.
was like, oof, it
Mhm.
hurts.
Yeah.
Cause I be knowing better and I be
You.
doing bad sometimes. So I
She,
felt that.
she called him a fuck nigga who thinks he's a good nigga. I was like, damn. I can relate. Past me can relate.
Yeah, picking and choosing is almost worse than just being it consistently. But yeah, those albums, Coco Jones
Great
is
album.
fire.
Great album.
I just lean so much R&B because I selfishly I enjoy music that I would want to listen to around a woman.
For sure.
But and obviously Drake and Party.
Yeah.
That's my one.
That's my one too.
I feel like anybody that acts like somebody loves me or like no key, like some of these records aren't like smashes is crazy.
Yeah.
And once again, the stars have to go through adversity and deliver after adversity to show you who they really are and what they're made of. And for Drake to have the year that he had in the past to come out and use that as his like icebreaker for no pun intended, his icebreaker going into his, you know, I'm imagining more traditionally hip hop album was fire.
People try to call this an off year for him. It's like you got a #1 album, a #2 song, 2 legit hits.
Yeah.
Rolling out another album. Like, if this is an off year, I'd love to have an off year like that. Shit.
This is like Drake right now is like when LeBron averages like, I mean, when he drops like 28, it's like, it's like, yo, I just dropped 28. You took my eye. Like, that just shows you like 30's my baseline. Like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Drake is incredible.
Absolutely.
And anybody, it's just like, it's not rooted in fact if you say he's not.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we encounter a lot of liars these days, man.
Yeah.
I don't argue Drake anymore. Like I come here and I'll get my thoughts off about the dumb shit on the internet. But as far as like the shit I see, I just scroll by. I see a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
People text me a lot of bullshit too. I'm just like, you know what? Feel how you feel, man. Feel how you feel. That's it. But let's get into you, bro. Like we said, you haven't been on the show since 2021. A lot has changed. Where you live, where you work. 2025 Ahmad. What is a day in the life of 2025 Ahmad?
Right now, because I got finessed into doing a half marathon. I wake up and I run, which I'm not gonna lie, it has been cool to like lose some weight and just do something for yourself. So I'll either go on a run or work out in the morning. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of dedicated myself to like what I do for a living because it's so people based.
Yeah.
So the gift and the curse of, you know, everybody that I work with having such a close relationship with me means that my phone is going off at all times of the day. But yeah, I just like problem solving, man. And I get to do it for a living and it's fire. And I'm problem solving for the people that I feel like can be that for the young generation now.
Right.
You know, that the artists that I grew up on were. And I'm just like, every day I wake up, I'm like, yo, I could be that guy that helped, you know, get the college dropout out, or I could be the guy that helped get the Black Album out, or I could be the guy that helped get Trap Soul out or something like that. And it's like, I want to be a part and make it as easy as possible for the artists that I believe in to, you know, just be artists. And that's a lot of it. And, you know, talking to my loved ones, I trying to spend more time doing that. Going through certain transitions in life, it's so easy to get consumed in certain things. And I think like finding a balance has been what's helped me a lot. And this year was about finding that balance. You know, I was consumed with a lot of different things for a while. And I was able to realize like, okay, it consumed me at parts, right? And I've been able to prioritize my time and manage it a lot better.
Yeah.
And I feel like the people that are the most successful are the ones who've learned how to manage their time in a way that makes sense for them.
Absolutely. On the topic of time management, I don't think people realize, you know, before you officially moved up here, you was coming up here like multiple times a week with this United Masters gig, still living in the DMV, but coming up to New York, New Jersey all the time. Talk about, you know, that experience and like just where your work ethic ultimately comes from. Like you are undoubtedly one of the hardest workers I know with hands in so many different things. Like how was that work ethic instilled in you by family? Was it something that you picked up, and like what keeps you going with that?
You know, I feel like I always say this, like I feel like my life is like a dream. Right. And not all dreams are positive, right? Your nightmares are still dreams. But I do feel like my life is a dream. And I think that is because I felt so loved. Like no matter what my family was going through, I always felt love. And I think that I realized as I got older that not every kid felt that, right? Not every kid felt like they were special or capable of doing great things. And then once I really realized like how amazing my parents were for making me feel like I was able to accomplish great things, I just kind of felt like I owed it to them to do that
Yeah.
and kind of like convert on all the energy that they put into me. So I'm not a fan of idle time.
Mhm.
Like I said, I grew up an only child. Like I have brothers and sisters that I just didn't live with or grow up with. But with that, I had so much idle time, and I just always used to look for community, whether it be like hanging with my friends in the neighborhood or online gaming and things like that. So now as I'm getting there, I'm like, while I still got the energy, like how Pac said, like, you got to do it while you still excited. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because once you get to a certain point, you lose the energy and you're not going to fight for what you want. And I think
Facts.
right now I'm just in my prime of being able to fight for what I want and push towards it. And I've just seen so many examples of what it looks like when hard work is consistent
Yeah.
that I'm like, why not? And it's just been so exciting to see, growth with the people that believe in themselves and that I believe in. And it's ultimately been able to help me grow. But man, that when I first got the job at UM, my partner at the time was a flight attendant,
Mhm.
and it made it to where I was able to essentially fly for free back and forth to New York. So I was waking up 3 days a week, flying in the LaGuardia, taking a train, bus, rain, sleet, or snow, going back and forth for 6 months until I ultimately lived there. So 3 times a week, I was taking 6 flights. Sometimes if I missed the flight, I would have to take the bus or something. And like that showed me that I wanted it bad enough to
Yeah.
move to New York because I don't think people realize like New York is not a real place. Like that's the reason why like Spider-Man and Batman had to come out here, bro. It's crazy. Like, and I seen so much and I was like, yo, is this what I really want?
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, because this is a place to where there's nothing like it. You can have the greatest day of your life on a Tuesday.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's what makes New York special. You don't have to wait till the weekend to do whatever. Like, it could be Wednesday and Drake is having like a private Dave and Buster's night or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is crazy. And
Yeah.
I think like for me as a fan of this culture and somebody who grew up obsessed with the impact that music had on me, to be able to have the impact on music, it's almost like I'm just giving back to what gave so much to me. And I'm just so appreciative for the opportunity to come to UM and have a space to be able to do the job that I feel like I've had since I decided I wanted to be and just working for artists. Like I
Yeah.
just want to be so I always say all the time, like I work at UM, but I work for artists.
Yeah.
And
It's a bar.
that's just how I want to continue to do it. And I really appreciate that space that they foster for me to be able to continue to do that.
The transition from journalist publicist to what's your official title? Senior artist relations
Yeah,
manager.
senior artist
Uh,
relations, man. It is just a really cool way to say like I love artists
yeah.
and I try to get them to love me back
Right.
so that we can continue to create like opportunities for them to be the best version of themselves.
Mhm. What was that transition like? Because you were deep in the publicist and journalist trenches, man. Like
Yeah.
you were in it for years.
It's the same, man. Like I'm a storyteller.
Mm.
So any position title that incorporates storytelling is what I'm gonna do. So yeah, there is some times where I'm helping an artist that I love, like write a press release. There are some times where I was covering artists that I cared about. And it's like at the end of the day, music is based around storytelling,
Mhm.
but the artists that we love the most just had the best stories told about them. And I think that I'm just trying to create the best stories for these artists to reach as many people as possible because, we only think certain artists are better than others based on like how well they were presented.
Mhm.
And I think that there's so much that goes into the perception of some of these great people that I'm just excited about helping them build.
Yeah. What's like looking ahead, I don't want to ask for your 5-year, your 10-year plan, but like, what's the ideal end point for you where like, you can be like, all right, I feel like I'm satisfied with the journey that I've went on, like what I did and, what I've built for other people.
I think my final end goal is like the give back aspect of it. So I want every creative that I've ever worked with to feel like they should come to my wedding, or to feel like, you know, like how cool would it be if Trevor Jackson's like my kid's goddad or
Yeah.
something like that? You know what I'm saying? But it's like the idea that like I was able to foster genuine relationships with people and help them become these pillars that can now like impact the world. And I really want to have like a talent agency to where it's not just a talent agency, but it's also like a school.
Mm,
And I feel like the same way if I averaged 30 in high school that I would go to Duke, I feel like a streamer that has 100,000 subscribers that's 17 should be able to get a full ride at a college too. Because what you're showing is you're able to do a skill that makes you impactful, and any college or university should want to like continue to help groom that so they
mhm.
can go to the next level. And I think education is so important, and I want to just be able to create an environment to where is NIL for streamers when they're kids, and there is NIL for a young artist who was able to amass 100,000 monthly listeners at 15 or 16, and like just create a space for people like that.
Mm,
Because I feel like we're so like sports is entertainment also. So why wouldn't we empower entertainers the same way,
facts.
And it shouldn't just be at Berkeley. It
Yeah.
shouldn't just be, one um aspect of a college. Like every school should have that same resource to where like how dope would it be if, yeah, I want to book Party Next Door for my homecoming, but I also should have 3 students that are training to, trying to be the next Party Next Door, opening
Mm,
up for them.
yeah.
Like as every college around here where there's an artist that's trying to grow, you gotta think like Mariah the scientist is like she genuinely was in school to be a scientist. Like
Mhm.
she was sitting in the back of someone's classroom, bro, and she's performing at Barclays when she comes here now.
Yeah.
Like J. Cole was just at school, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like 2 Chains was in college. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Cooper, yeah.
Davey, like, yo, they're right there, the
Mhm.
biggest stars. So it's like those people should have environments to where like their growth is being helped, and they
Yeah.
shouldn't just have to sign to a label to do that. Because that's like going to the league.
Yeah.
So why would you wouldn't let a kid that's 16 go to the league?
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like young people should be going straight to the league. I feel like young people should be in spaces that help groom them.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I think inspiring that creativity is so important. I know for us, growing up in our generation, like I felt that pressure just being around people who were like, I'm gonna be a lawyer, I'm gonna be a doctor, I'm gonna work in engineering, I'm gonna work in finance. I never wanted any of that. Aside from law, I thought for a time that I would be a lawyer. But once I discovered like working in music and that I
Can
could
you
really,
remind people where you even went to school? Like that's a flex in
yeah,
itself.
it's just Cornell University. No big deal. No big deal. Just
Crazy.
just an Ivy League school. No big deal. Big deal.
Crazy.
But once I decided on music and I discovered it was something that I could really make a career out of,
Mhm.
that was it. I was locked in. Like I'm putting everything into making that happen. And I've told the story before. Like my parents at first were like, and they tried to push me in various different directions that seemed more realistic. But I delusionally committed to this goal, and I was stubborn about it, and I made it happen. And I think a lot of people are scared to do that because they want to be practical, they want to be pragmatic about their lives. But sometimes you got to be unrealistic about things, and you gotta dream, and you gotta really pursue those dreams and obviously keep reality in mind as well, like being able to pay your bills and all that stuff. But yeah, I think there should be more spaces that really inspire that creativity in people, like really make them feel empowered to pursue what makes them happy. Like it's not
Yeah.
just about being able to make money, like that's very important, and being able to keep a stable household. But do you wake up every day and love what you do? And you're not going to love it
100%.
every
Yeah.
day, but you should love it more days than you don't love it. And I'm fortunate to say that I wake up happy to do my job, and I'm making good money from it. And I
Yeah.
think that's so important. I'm glad that this generation has really kind of taken that approach as opposed to I just got to make ends meet. I just got to make sure there's always food on the table and clothes. I'm like, and again, that is important, but
Yeah,
you
100%.
you should be happy too. Like I've always been stubborn about my happiness. That's something I'll never compromise.
And that's fire
Yeah.
because that's necessary and that just shows like your integrity, right? But yeah, I feel like it, it's a I feel like people think like you're not working in music unless you work at a label or
Hmm.
work at a prestigious publication or whatever. But I think at the end of the day, like if you're impacting the life of an artist, whether you wrote about them or whether you're writing for them or
Hmm.
whatever, like it could always go there.
Yeah.
Like, and fear is what stops a lot of people from being great.
Yeah.
Like, I hate name dropping, but it's just the reality of what it is. But like, Shabuzi's a childhood friend. Like, we grew up in Woodbridge together.
Yeah.
Shabuzi called me, Woodbridge, Virginia to be exact. Shabuzi called me 2015. I just got a job at a bank, like a local credit union on my college campus. I was getting $13 an hour. I
Mhm.
thought everyone else was poor. Like I thought I
He
was
was
that
cashing
guy.
out.
I was like, "What?
Do
Y'all
do
getting
say
what?
every weekend,
Minimum
nigga.
wage $7.25. I'm doubled that. Like still eating dollar slices like the
Of
rest of us,
course, of
right?" But
course.
he called me. He was like, "Yo, it's 2015. Yo, I'm about to move to LA and really push on this music thing, bro. Like, just move with me, bro. Like, let's just figure it out. I swear we're gonna be rich. Give me like a year or two." This is 2015.
Mm,
I'm telling Shabuzi, the artist who just has quite literally the biggest song of all time.
mm.
I was like, nah, bro. Like, I just got a job at the bank, bro. Like, my mom just moved to Japan. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I can't move to LA right now. That's just too crazy. But I'm gonna always support you.
Yeah.
And it's like he didn't have that fear. Now, did it happen overnight and maybe on the timeline that he wanted? He was still having successes, but where he's at now, he always knew he was gonna be because
Yeah.
he didn't have that fear. And I think that is just an example of there's so many other artists who didn't have that fear,
Mhm.
and that's why they are where they are. And I think you don't have to just be an artist to like strip away that fear.
For sure.
Anybody who wants to work in entertainment or
Yeah.
work in anything, like you just got to take away the fear. Like I always think about it like this, like, yo, telling people like hitting the lottery isn't realistic.
Mhm.
It's crazy because people hit the lottery every single day.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't put in my numbers because I was nervous or I
Mhm.
was fearful that it was unrealistic. It's
Yeah.
crazy because that person that just was like, man, I don't care. I'm about to
Mhm.
play that Powerball or Mega Ball, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They playing it, and it's like people are blindly making amazing things at all times. You got to give it a go.
Yeah. Any moment can be your moment. Any day can be your day. And ultimately, I've always felt like fear or nerves just because you care. So you kind of just got to work through those things. Like,
Yeah,
if you're just ignorantly, blindly going through life without thinking of, what could negatively happen, you're not going to be prepared for it. So I
yeah,
think you let that fear and those nerves help you to prepare for, those things possibly being a reality. But it's all about the positive, the manifestations, and being optimistic about things. So yeah, that's how I approach life. I definitely like to evaluate all outcomes, assess the situation. My dad used to say that growing up all the time. Make sure you assess the situation.
mm,
But definitely always being optimistic. So definitely align with that. What's something you feel like you've learned from all the artists you've worked with? Like, because you've connected and worked with some great people. You're going back to the days working with Young Crazy, um, All Star Jr. You worked with back in the
yeah,
day
yeah,
too. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
like
yeah.
my brothers now, like
Yeah.
just artists that continue to grind and do what they do independently too, which
Mhm.
I never really understood the concept of independent artistry until I started working at UM and like to this magnitude. But yeah, man, I've worked with artists that have secured Grammys and gotten plaques and producers. I think the main thing I learned is that like underneath any chain, underneath any Grammy, underneath any plaque, these are real people, bro. And they go through the same stuff we go through. And I think the more that we treat these great musicians like real people, the more that like we'll appreciate the art that they really willing to give out.
Absolutely.
And I think like no one ever thinks about like who writes Harry Potter? R.L. Stein?
J.K. Rowling.
Oh, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
You know, writers be having cool ass names.
They do.
But nobody ever thinks about like, yo, what was her life like?
Mhm.
Like, what was she going through?
Yeah.
Like, what were you going through when you wrote this whole thing about wizards and you know what I'm saying, a school, two-headed dogs and shit? Like,
Yeah.
these are people who are just like superheroes in certain things, but they're still human. Like, they still paying bills. You know, they grandparents be getting sick and they like, you can't treat them like robots.
Mhm.
And I think, or like created players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see people like talking about like, you know, slide for this person. I'm like, yo, do you know what you're talking about? You're asking somebody to commit
Mhm.
like federal crimes
Yeah.
for your enjoyment. It's not real. And I think like once I just realized like a lot of times I've just given so much more grace for all my favorite musicians and when they go through things and
Yeah.
sophomore slumps and all that. It's because when they were creating that first thing, they seen all the uglies of what they thought was the most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And I just try to be graceful with them and also the people that work with them and for them and understand that they're only one person. And it takes so many more people than I thought to make one artist popular.
Yeah.
It takes so many people, bro.
For sure.
I've been on Zoom calls with 45 people about one album. Like, bro, it's crazy. And I think it really takes a village. And I think any artist that gets discouraged should just really focus on what not only building your world of like what you want your fan base to look like, but build your world of what you want your creative team to look like, you know? Like empower your friend that is really into you and a big fan of you to help them grow and want to like give them the resources to be a better manager.
Yeah.
Like your friend that's really into music, always putting you on the songs, help them become A&R, put them in resources. There's so many great tools on YouTube to just watch and learn from the greats. And I feel like anybody who wants to be in this space, like really like learn from the people that you think are great. Like you can go in the credits of any album that you love and see who worked on every single thing. Search those people up, see if they've ever did a podcast or an interview and learn what they're saying. Like learn from them. Like that's how you become great in this, I feel like.
Absolutely.
I've studied them all. I've watched every Breakfast Club interview. You know what I'm saying? I've read every publications and album reviews and all that, and I'm just creating my version of the things that I like.
Yeah. What's been the coolest interaction you've had with Steve Stout?
I think hearing him talk, you realize like, yo, he's like a real visionary. And I feel like certain people are so creative to where it's almost like awkward. It's like, yo, how did you even come up with that? Like, I feel like sometimes we don't realize like when you type in an address on your GPS, it shows you like 4 different options on how to get there. And I think so many people just click whatever option says like the less amount of time. And I feel like in thought processes, like a lot of the creatives and the geniuses are people who just take whatever path is most comfortable for them to get to the destination. So like some people are going different places because they took a different route to get there.
Yeah.
And he's somebody, when I listen to him talk, I'm like, you're a visionary because you took a different route to get to where you're going. And he put no limitations on himself. And then he inspires me and a lot of the other people that we work with to do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's incredible. What's the culture in the United Masters office? It looks like y'all always having fun, like constantly having people coming in for playbacks and just vibing. Like, what's the work culture like?
It's a family environment, and I think everybody that works there genuinely cares about the people that we work with. Because we work with independent artists, they have so much more insight and excitement around what they're doing. And there's a level of transparency that makes it to where, like, you know, working on an album from start to finish and the rollout of it could be like a 2-year process, bro. And I kind of liken it to like dating, and then your wedding day is like your release day. And I think like, and then the post rollout is like the honeymoon, right? And then after that, now you got to kind of negotiate. And there's this like awkward negotiation of what the next thing is. So you go through like real ups and downs with people, and you start to realize, and that's why I say it just humanizes everybody. It's like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to just cancel all my meetings today because like my grandma's sick and I just can't focus on nothing else.
Mm,
Who are you to say no to that? Like,
yeah,
and there are some things where you gotta try to say like, yo, can you push through this? But it's like push through this now so that I can give you that grace on another thing. And I think the environment we have is just so many just great human beings who are all kind of aligned for the same goal. And I think that's what makes us all special is because we genuinely care about the people that we work with.
it's incredible. I love that, man. You talked a little before about how your phone is always blowing up and and how you run. And I've been talking a lot this season about, of course, I'm Armon the journalist. I'm
Mm,
Armon the podcaster. People know I love music. People know I'm a content creator, all that stuff. But I love getting distance from this and just being Armon the person
yeah.
and just being able to just lock in on playing college football for like 6 hours and not thinking about all this stuff. How do you get away from the craziness of music and entertainment and being someone whose job it is to serve other people?
Yeah.
How do you serve yourself?
It's a great question. It's something that I genuinely have just recently started to learn.
Mhm.
Being so consumed with what I do has cost me a lot, right? Like, I'm so grateful for the grace that like my parents have shown me and my loved ones have shown me and some of my friends. Like, I've missed birthday parties that I didn't used to miss. I've missed, um, major milestones for the people that I love.
Yeah.
And when you realize that those same people that you missing things for all just understand is based off what you do, it started to make me feel bad. And it's like, hold on, just because my homie works in IT doesn't mean that his job isn't just as important as mine or what he's doing isn't just as important as what I'm doing. So I just had to start to take that time for myself. And it started with like going to the gym or starting to run. And it's like, all right, for this 1 hour, like, nah, I can't get on the call. No, I
Hmm.
can't do the Zoom. Taking my weekends back. Like I was working conventionally Monday through Friday. And then on weekends I was writing. It's like, all right, you gotta pick one, bro.
Yeah.
Like, cause then when you gonna have time to be a mod, like you
Hmm.
said. And I used to think I knew exactly who I was, but I only knew who I was in relations to other people.
Mm.
And this year, like I answered so many uncomfortable questions about myself that I never took the time to answer. And it helped me realize like, how you gonna know what you want unless you actually ask yourself what you want?
Yeah.
Cause in reality, I used to always say, well, I just want everybody to be happy that's around me.
Mm.
Like who am I?
Nigga, but what
Jesus?
about you?
Like, yeah, I'm not, why not? Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? You're not
Yeah.
Jesus. Like,
Yeah.
I died on nobody's cross. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I was like, yo, you gotta be a human, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and it's not selfish to like not always be selfless. Like,
Mhm.
and I
Whew.
think like, and that was like a fake bar. I
Nah,
kind
nah,
of just did that.
you
Like A
cooked.
Boogie when
You
he said
cooked.
that, right? But
Sometimes
nah,
you gotta think about things how you
yeah.
don't think about
I said it. Sometimes, yo, I'm so witty at a times where it's like to a fault. Cause like
Mhm.
sometimes we saying stuff like, why did that rhyme? Like it's in the rhyme and stuff like that. But nah, I mean that though. Like
Yeah.
I was like, yo, taking time for yourself is not selfish because I've became such a better person for the people around me
Yeah.
because I've learned the things that I like and dislike.
Mhm.
And I'm grateful for all the things that I've been through that's helped me get to this point where I started to, be more there for myself. But, man, I've been getting all my advice on life from like rappers and, songs that I love.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like I almost had to realize like, yo, I can't relate to this person because they go through it. But it's like, nah, they still human. They
Yeah.
just actually took the time to do that. And I
Mhm.
think like I've just been able to do that and it's just stay grounded and just like if I can make a 45-minute Zoom call or go to a show, I could call my mama for an hour and just listen
Mm.
to her talk about
Yeah.
the same story we talked about every other week. But it's cool. Like I can listen to my grandmother just tell me about, The Price is Right or whatever show she watching because I realized that just being available for them is exactly all they wanted. And I realized like, okay, now being available for myself was exactly what I wanted. And I just was missing out on it. So I'm so happy that I've been able to start doing that. And I've seen it just make me lighter. my skin clearing up. I'm graying less. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, I was so stressed out over stuff that like I couldn't control. And you start to try to solve problems that aren't yours.
Yeah.
And like I started just like leaving stuff to God. Like I'm leaving stuff to just realize like it's gonna work out. Like I gotta be there for myself though.
It is so fascinating to me how humans can be incomplete themselves, but be wanting to complete other people. Because I used to be that way. I used to so want the people around me to be their best selves and really investing in it, getting frustrated at them. And I wasn't even my best self at the time, and I still don't think I'm my best self. But similar to you, these last few years have been very selfish for me. And I haven't had any shame in that. I haven't felt bad about that. And yeah, there's some people who I haven't seen as much who, I wish I could, but like
Yeah.
you got to go on that journey. You got to have those years where you just really lock in on yourself in a variety of ways. And ultimately, like, the people who really matter and the people who value you will understand that and just value the time that they get with you and when they get it. And some people, you just may not see, but
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing though. Like it's for me, I don't like I'm not one of those friends who values the frequency of the relationship or like the length of the relationship. It's all about the genuine strength of it. Like I've one childhood best friend, talk to maybe 3 times a year, but every time we talk, we just jump right back into it. We just jump right back into it like it's nothing. And that's, those are relationships that matter to me. The ones that like you've invested so much in that even if you kind of pull back a little bit,
Yeah.
not for bad reasons, like it's still what it is. So
Nah, 100%. And I think like alluding to like a callback to what you said earlier, like having just genuine friends in this space too
yeah.
has been extremely impactful and helpful for me. And I think like you said, we've had conversations obviously a lot about music, but
Yeah.
we've had a lot of personal conversations too
Absolutely.
that have helped me a lot. And I think it's ironic that I came on after Tally because she's someone
Yeah.
who I feel the same about. And I think like you had your highs and you had your lows. And I
Absolutely.
think like when people can see the full character of who you are, like it's like, okay, I could get with this person. And everybody's not like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not somebody I would go to the bar with and just hang with. And
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Like you could be great at what you do and we can do something similar, but we don't
Yeah.
all have to like be kumbaya with each other. And I think just whatever feels genuine is what I've been able to latch on to. So I'm grateful for like the people that have been in my life. And like
Yeah,
you
man.
said, the other people that might not be there as much, it's not like no beef. It's just the reality of like growing.
Exactly.
And this is like when I just hit 30 in December last year. So it was like I was thinking to myself, this is my first decade being an adult the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like 20 and you still in college. Like this is my first 10 years of like me being like the main provider and just reason that I'm gonna be alive for 10 years.
Yeah.
And what I do with that is gonna shape how quite literally the rest of my lineage will be.
Yeah.
And I take that so super serious because I wanna leave a strong impact on, the world and the people that matter to me the most. So I'm excited, man. I think it's just dope to be able to have this type of conversation with you because our conversation was a lot different in 2021.
Yeah,
right?
man. We were some YNs, bro.
YNs for sure.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you. I'm proud of everything you do. You inspire me big time, bro. It's just good to surround yourself with people who make you want to be better, but then you also can just like sit back and be like, I've got the right people in my circle, like people who are go-getters in their own right, people who are humans and can be accountable and, just identify when they, have things that they can work on and improve on. So, I didn't enter this space looking for friends, but it's been a great bonus to, connect with people like you and obviously Regina and
I was about to say, shout out Reggie,
Jordan Rose, Wango,
Carl, Wango, like
Carl, of course.
real like Kazi alum. But nah, just like, y'all, I always looked at, and this is gonna sound corny, but it's like, I'm corny, so it's okay. But it's like, I used to look at y'all like, they live in New York, like, they live in the life, like, they writing, and like, I'm real fans of y'all. Like, I'm reading y'all, and I'm like, some stuff I was getting like looks for, doing different things, and I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I remember when you did the Pusha T and interview with the artist he had just signed when you did this label, and I was like, yo, I can't interview Pusha, like, because I'm thinking Virginia, like all this. I was like, Armon gotta do it, and he's gonna kill it. Like, and I remember reading it like a real fan. I was like, yo, he got Pusha to say things that I never thought I was gonna see Pusha say. And like, I seen Jordan, like, he's doing all this stuff with Complex, killing it.
Crazy.
Reggie doing her, like, whether it be at an award show or written, and like y'all working it. I'm like, yo, crazy. Like Wongo doing this thing. I'm like, yo, like Carl, obviously is Carl. Like, yo, I'll be like, yo, these are people like I genuinely know, and they're doing it like at the highest level. And like, excuse me, my little brother Malcolm, like, you know, who we all love, and it's like, yo, I'm like, yo, he's contributing, holding down a whole website by himself, like every day. Like, bro, this is an amazing space filled with some amazing people who like are telling the stories that when we looking back 30 years, if our kids want to learn about Hunxho or learn about Cardi B, they're gonna have to tap in with one of us to something we did to learn about it. And that's impactful, bro. Like, you've done real interviews with some of the greatest artists that have ever lived. Yeah. And like, we can't take that for granted, bro, because that's the history, bro. Like, people were buying old magazines from the 90s and like can't wait to press play on this YouTube video from now, you know? Like, when you become like a Pulitzer Prize winner or something, but somebody's gonna come back and listen to this interview or something. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like,
yo, that nigga knows Ahmad Davis? What?
Yeah, crazy. But I'm blessed, man. We get to wake up every day and do what we love to do. And don't have to shed too much of who we are to get it done. So absolutely. We in a good space.
That's what it's all about, man. Appreciate you. Love you, brother.
Love you back, bro.
So yes, that is my very famous friend, Ahmad Davis. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, it's super easy, right? Both of my names are 5 letters. So Ahmad is my first name. Davis is my last name, and on all social media platforms, that's how you can find me. You know, there is like this little blue thing beside my name that makes it a little bit easier. Thank God for being a journalist that helped me get that. But yeah, like I'm open to anybody or any conversation that is just there to help an artist. Now, can I help everybody? Like I said, I am not Jesus, and once I realized that I'm not, I've taken a lot more time for myself. But I'm definitely here to help as much as possible, and you know, that being with me, I'm not too hard to find.
He is indeed a real resource. I can say that. But yes, that is our free episode for y'all. Obviously, you know, the slide deck is now part of our Patreon portion. So if you are a Patreon subscriber, you're going to get to hear the tunes with us. But for those who are stopping here, thank you for listening once again. Make sure that you stay safe, stay healthy, and stay busy. But for our Patreon listeners, we're going to hit this slide deck portion. So first of all, let's see what Frank Ocean got to say to us.